Hello and all. Welcome to another episode of MMA Vision Analysis. This one we're talking Chael Sonnen and his recent comments when he talks about Ilia Topuria potentially surpassing Conor McGregor as the UFC's biggest star. We're going to get into these comments. Before getting started, make sure to like, subscribe, so we can get our community 1,000 subscribers ASAP. Chael Sonnen talks about Ilia Topuria, and he has good things to say regarding Ilia. I mean, obviously the latter has deserved every single word of praise directed towards him, especially after knocking out Max Holloway, UFC 308. Obviously, he goes from knocking out pound for pound best fighter on the planet, Alexander Volkanovski, to knocking out a guy that's never been defeated before, and a guy that just came from arguably knockout of the year, the current BMF champion, Max Holloway. Impressive to say the least. And in all honesty, with these kind of performances, Ilia Topuria is only propelling his name in one trajectory, and that's upwards towards the probably heights never been reached before, not even by Conor himself. We are talking about a 28-year-old Ilia Topuria. Now, I would like to stop at 28. Where was Conor at 28? Let me see. Conor McGregor at 28. He was done with becoming champion of the featherweight division. That's after he conquered the featherweight division. At 28, if I'm not mistaken, Conor McGregor had the biggest payday of his life up to that point in the fight against, obviously, Floyd Mayweather. So by the age of 28, so let's compare the two thus far. Like, let's say Ilia Topuria at 28 versus Conor McGregor at 28, right? Ilia, obviously featherweight champion. He has two valuable wins, under his belt. Alexander Volkanovski, pound for pound best fighter on the planet, previously known as, and also Max Holloway, BMF champion. Somebody's never been knocked out before. Ilia was the first to do it. But Ilia isn't quite yet on a Conor McGregor's level. Not yet. This doesn't dismiss the idea of him becoming a great of his own. But those performances, have to keep coming. And obviously, he has the character outside of the ring. And we talked about Ilia so many times. We said he is similar to Conor in terms of prophesizing the things that he's going to do. Just like Conor used to do that very well when Conor was super tuned in to his craft. I believe the Conor we're looking at today is a distracted Conor. Not so much distracted, it's just that I don't think fighting is his number one passion any longer, because he's past that. He's past that. It's been said that it's very difficult to be a multi-millionaire and still decide to enter a fighting confinement, and it's very understandable. I mean, what's why? What is your why? If you're a Conor, if you're an Ilia, obviously you're chasing things still. You're still hungry, right? But Conor at 24 versus Ilia, obviously both of them featherweight champions at that time. Conor McGregor defeated Jose Aldo at that time. If I'm not mistaken, he defeated Poirier for the first time. He's also gotten Max Holloway by that time. If I'm not mistaken, he beat Diaz by that time, which was a close fight. So in terms of accolades, both at 28, I kind of want to lean more towards Conor. Just because up until that point he's conquered everybody and he's defeated the who's who of that division, including names like Jose Aldo, Dustin Poirier when he did fight at 145, Max Holloway when he fought at 45, assuming that Max is going to fight at 155 next. And on top of that, he moved up in weight, had the fight against Diaz. I believe the first fight against Diaz was at 55, and then the second fight at 70, either or. One of them was at 170, the other one was at 155. So the guy already, by the age of 28, fought in 3 different divisions, conquered one, defeated an all-time great, arguably in the form of Jose Aldo, still an active fighter. Technically, Conor McGregor is still sort of an active fighter as well. He's never officially retired. So, and we also have the opportunity to probably see Conor McGregor versus Ilia Topuria, even though this is something that's probably far away from reality. It's very intriguing for as a thought. But as of now, Ilia's short on one thing. Well, I think it would be safe to say a couple of things, right? We have the fact that by 28, Conor McGregor covered 3 divisions in the UFC. 145 champion, 155 Nate Diaz, 170 Nate Diaz. Plus, he ventured out of the mixed martial arts world, or specifically the UFC realm, into the boxing realm to face arguably, I mean, is there really any debate that Floyd Mayweather is the greatest boxer of all time? I really don't think there's much debate there. So by 28, Conor covered 3 divisions, championed one, defeated multiple legends. If they weren't legends then, they're legends now. The likes of Poirier, Holloway, and obviously Jose Aldo. And also, he's ventured out to get the biggest payday, up until that point of his career, when he faced Floyd Mayweather for probably one of the biggest spectacles that year, right? So I believe, and obviously Ilia Topuria has flirted with the idea of facing the likes of Canelo Alvarez. How close is that to reality? I don't know. I think Canelo Alvarez is a very, 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 very tough fighter to get in a ring with. And meaning not just fighting the guy, but getting the guy to take the fight. I believe it's a fantastic payday if the two would agree to fight. I also think that Ilia Topuria is probably the closest fighter to a real boxer that we have in the UFC, at least in the lower weight classes. That has to be said. Ilia, especially against Max Holloway, his boxing technique was just, it has to be said, on another level, right? So it is possible for Ilia to probably reach what Conor's done. But if we compare the two by the age of 28, I would say that Conor McGregor far surpasses a 28-year-old Ilia Topuria. It doesn't dismiss the latter from becoming a great in the league of his own, but he's going to have to do a lot to catch up to Conor McGregor. And I do understand that for the past, let's say, 5 or 6 years, Conor McGregor has been more of a show outside of the octagon than he has been inside of the octagon. But still, I believe the guy's earned his stripes. And for somebody to be compared to the Notorious One, it's a difficult comparison. It's a lot to live up to. If there's anybody that's close to, coming to Conor McGregor, it's probably currently Ilia Topuria, maybe Hamzat Chimaev, because of that character, if he conquers the division. But Ilia, he has a couple more divisions to conquer. He has to get another title, become the champ, right? The champ does whatever he wants. Notorious Conor McGregor quote. And then also, he has to get a boxing fight. And then, okay, we will start comparing the two. Now, if we're talking purely pay-per-views, yes, maybe Ilia will soon surpass Conor McGregor. When you were talking about just solely pay-per-view, but I'm not just talking about pay-per-views. I'm talking about achievements, and some may not consider a loss to a Floyd Mayweather as an achievement. I do consider it so, because he provoked Floyd to take that fight first and foremost. He was successful at provoking Floyd, and obviously Floyd, being the smart businessman, he knew that it was an easy grab of money. Obviously, it was all business between the two, nothing but love. You could see that after the fight. Conor McGregor was successful enough with his words to attract Floyd to fight him, made tens of millions of dollars. Nobody really knows how much Conor made, and Conor really made the brand McGregor much bigger than the UFC, I believe, in that Floyd Mayweather fight. Now, if Ilia faces a boxer like Canelo Alvarez and conquers at least one more division, become a champion of another division like the 155, which is a move that he's talked about, plus fight in one more division, then I'll be open to comparing him to Conor McGregor. But right now, I think the comparison is a bit premature. I do understand that the guy's done phenomenal job thus far, but that's only in the featherweight division. Conor McGregor has much further reach than just the featherweight division. The guy's covered 3 divisions. He went to fight Floyd Mayweather, which was a 40-year-old. By the way, Floyd is still fighting exhibitions, and he's still beating guys, right? So a 40-year-old Floyd, it is still world-class boxer, right? For Conor to go whatever it was, 9 rounds with Floyd, spectacular, to say the least. If you made it this far, I appreciate you for sticking around. Please let me know what you think in the comments and subscribe for more.